Hi again, everyone. Tony Ventrella, Seahawks.com. Man, this is my favorite time of the year. The skies are blue, the days are getting warmer, and the Seahawks are back at training camp here in Renton. Last year, you fans came here in huge numbers and had a great experience. In fact, many of you have told me you discovered a lot of things to do in Renton, including the farmers market on Tuesday evenings and Coulon Park every day of the week. Well, this year we got together with former Seahawk fullback Max Strong and his wife Zoe for a sampling of places to eat in Renton. We caught up with Mac and Zoe at one of their favorite spots, the Rock wood-fired pizza at the Landing. This is a perfect spot for lunch after a morning at Seahawks Training Camp, and the bus drops you off a few steps away.
One of the reasons why I like the Rock is that you could actually get it your way, you know. It's kind of like McDonald's or Burger King that way. You know, I asked for something that wasn't necessarily on the menu, and they whipped it up for me. And so I appreciate that. I mean, you know, customer service is what it's about when you go down to the Landing in Renton.
Now that Mac is retired, he keeps a closer eye on his eating habits. Frozen yogurt is a great way to get your dessert with fresh fruit without all that sugar and fat. That's where Schnoo comes in.
I love fresh fruit, so they had the fresh fruit and the yogurt, but the lady was telling me actually the calories are a lot lower and less fat, so I enjoyed it. It was delicious.
Right across the street is a great selection of Asian food, including Thai 65 and Vietnamese food at Papaya Vietnamese Cafe, and many more great choices around the city of Renton. But as Mac reminds us, the Landing has great places to eat and much more than that.
Thai 65 is great. I mean, I always love going in there. We usually we'll have some appetizers and then we'll have a glass of wine and we'll on our date night, and then we'll go over and see a movie.
Yeah.
That's the other great part about the Landing. I mean, you got all those restaurants, and then you got a movie theater sitting right smack dab in the middle of all of it. So people can, you really never have to leave.
Cafe Felice is a place we discovered during the Seahawks 12K run last April. Great coffee drink choices and many other treats. For burger lovers, the Landing has lots of choices, including Red Robin, of course, and just a half block away near the movie theaters, the very popular Five Guys Burgers. Grabbing a bite here at the Landing makes a lot of sense since this is where you pick up the bus for training camp. But after you've been to training camp, once you're back in your car, downtown Renton is just a few minutes away, and there are many other great places to dine there. Armando's has been on 3rd Avenue South for years and is a destination for lovers of Italian food, including Mac and Zoe Strong.
Armando's goes way back to when my wife and I first met. We used to, before I even knew what Renton was in downtown Renton area, I mean, somebody told us about the place and we went there one time. We've been hooked ever since. I mean, we love the pastas there. I'm a big Italian guy. I love pastas. I love sausages. I love sauces,
big food guy, honey.
Spices. Yeah, I'm a big food guy. Big food, like actually big food, like
big
lots
portions.
of food. Yeah, big portions. So.
There's also Vince's Italian restaurant on Sunset, and for terrific breakfast, Plum Delicious right up the street. Obviously, I can't mention every restaurant in Renton, and I'm sure you have your own favorite spots, but here are a few more. For Asian food, the Tea Palace Asian Restaurant, with dim sum served daily for lunch and banquet facilities for 800 people. On William Street, find the Go Deli. It has a combination of great Vietnamese banh mi sandwiches and American subs, too. It also has a terrific scratch bakery. There's Naan and Curry on South 3rd Street for great Indian food, and within a block there's Common Ground Coffee and Cupcakes, and the Whistle Stop Ale House. Mac and Zoe had some extra time on this particular day because their kids were away at camp this week. But they'll be home tonight, and there's a good excuse for Ezel's Chicken. It's over on 4th, a few minutes from training camp by car.
It's right there on 4th Avenue, and Renton is a little bit of a drive up from downtown a little bit. But again, I mean, anybody knows anything about Ezel's, I mean, that's a staple restaurant right here in Seattle. I mean, people come from all over to eat some Ezel's chicken.
And Max sneaks off to eat.
Yeah,
he usually doesn't tell me.
I'm only allowed once a quarter to really go and indulge myself at Ezel's, but I take full advantage of that opportunity. And it's great. I mean, people here on the east side get to experience what people in Seattle have been have been a part of for years.
After a long day of reviewing Renton restaurants, Mac and Zoe relaxed at beautiful Coulon Park, less than a mile from Seahawks training camp and right on Lake Washington. In Mac's early years with the Seahawks, fans had to go to Eastern Washington to watch training camp. It's much easier now.
For years, we were going over to Cheney, and I mean, it was hot as all get out over there, and I think the people were pretty famished. They didn't, you had to drive to get away to find something to eat, for something decent. You probably had to get out of town a ways. But here, I mean, what better thing can you ask for? I mean, not a better setup. You get picked up down at the landing. You can have lunch there if you want to come out for afternoon practice, or you can go and have breakfast, get on a bus, go over, watch games, sit on that knoll, watch practice that morning, come back, have a great lunch. And it's very, very swift, very convenient. Get in your car and go home. I mean, and you've had a great experience for the day for you and your kids.
As I said, there's no way to mention all the places to eat in Renton because there are more than 200. How many more? Let's see if Mac and Zoe can guess.
Okay, I'll go first. So the highest per capita, I'm going to say 150.
That's what I was going to say.
Higher. It's higher. Okay.
Yeah.
You got to go.
Okay, I was going to say 250.
She wins.
Wow, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
The actual number is 258, including espresso stands, but Zoe was close, so she wins.
Question is, how many have we frequented out of those 258?
235, I'm going to guess, including espresso stands.
So there you have it. Plenty of great places to eat here in Renton. And after you eat, you might want to come here to Coulon Park and relax along beautiful Lake Washington on a gorgeous summer day. We'll see you at training camp. I'm Tony Ventrella, Seahawks.com.